What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? I just thought I would go live here. I'm away at a work conference for the City Council of Port Jefferson in Winnipeg. And as you can see, I got a weird background. I'm sitting in a hotel room. Just got checked in. Thought I would jump on here because we saw Alex Kurdecha face Ermes Gasparini. So if you don't want to know who won that, turn this off right now. Come back later. Now, there was a lot of stuff going on with my match with Alex, but that's neither here nor there. So it's bittersweet for me to see what has happened in a way that I feel like I could have had a better showing against Alex, but it's nice to see someone that I lost to go on and just destroy one of the top guys. So everyone was saying Hermes might be top 4 in the world. Well, Alex Kurdecha has laid claim to that spot. He has now defeated Hermes in what looked like relatively easy fashion. He has kind of just grabbed him, controlled his hand, popped his wrist, and then went for the pin. It didn't look like he really had to hit all that hard. He looked extremely patient when he was doing it. And every match looked basically the same with the exception of some strap match stuff going on. So a couple slips went to the strap, and then the match looked pretty easy. Uncle John Berzink, welcome. So big congratulations to Alex, who just dominated Hermes. And from a personal standpoint, I really enjoyed seeing that, both because Alex is a friend of mine and I like to see him do well, and I think he might be the next big thing in this sport. But also, I think Hermes is kind of I don't really care for the guy too much. I'll tell you a quick story about the history behind that. But I never did like the stuff he did with Matt Mask when he was always talking so much shit behind the scenes after that match they had in UAWL. But historically speaking, there was a time when a promoter not that long ago called up Ermes Gasparini and offered him a match against me. And his response was laughter. Are you serious? And it was very, very disrespectful, and it was passed back on to me. So, Hermes, I'm glad to see you get your ass kicked, and I hope it happens 1,000 more times in your career. So, that's it, guys. That's my piece for the day. So, congrats to Alex, and rumor has it he's going up against Vitaly next, and that will be like the major story here. So if Alex goes up against Vitaly and does the exact same thing, then I will say that he might be the man. He might be the man that we see dethrone Levon as world number 1. And I would like nothing better. Hook roller high. So I got a few minutes, guys. If you guys want to ask anything, you guys want to talk about anything, you let me know. Let me know quickly, because I'm not going to hang around too long. Just driving to Winnipeg, had a kind of a shitty trip, and I'm going to go eat something and drink something and get on with the evening. So if you guys got anything you want to talk about, throw it into the chat right now, and let's get rolling here. How's the arm feeling? Well, it's weird, because it looks okay. You can tell when I'm doing certain movements, there's a gap here when there's a certain angle where you can see that stuff is not attached. But I'm rehabbing it. Right-handed, I was just doing a couple of experiments with light weight. I could do about 40 reps with my left compared to 3 that I could do with my right in certain movements. So I'm going to take the Great Pumpkin style of training for a little while and just focus on the left arm. I'm still going to do major exercises, major body parts, two-handed, like bench, everything to do with back, but I'm going to relax on the hand and wrist stuff and side pressure stuff with the right arm for quite a while, and with a goal of having it back and being completely back by the national championships in July. Left arm, different story. I've got a big match coming up. March, I'm facing Cody Merritt, and when I reclaim the number 1 spot in North America, then who knows? Maybe I will ask for a rematch with Alex left arm, but he needs to get over here for that match. Your wrist actually held against Alex better than Hermes and was a tired, fatigued version of you. I agree with you, sir. Hoping you get the rematch with Alex left when you're arrested. Will you be part of some arm wars that are coming up next year? Not the one in early 2022. So guaranteed not the one in early 2022, but definitely later on. Would I still like to pull Mask? Yes, I would still like to pull Mask, but I know it's off the table for me until my right arm is healed. So I will concede that Matt Mask is not an option for me, not one that I can win anyway at the moment, until at least the summer of 2022. I've also seen that BLM is out there talking about trying to pull Matt at some point, but Sap the B, I think Alex might be number 3 in the world right now. I concur. He might be number 3 in the world right now. He might be higher than number 3 in the world right now. And the crazy thing is, and not many people know this, but his left is better than his right. He was the first one to say that. So watch out for him left-handed too. In fact, I don't know of anyone else that's going to beat him right now. I don't know what would happen if he were to face, if I was to have a rematch. I want it. The other thing is, though, Cody Merritt is an option. It's definitely an option for Alex. We'll see. That would be an exciting match. Larry versus Chance 1 year from now in a real super match. Who you got? I think it's so hard. It's so hard to have that kind of scenario painted because you end up looking at the practice matches and trying to make a prediction based on that. Ryan Bowen did an excellent analogy of the practice matches. I think that if the super match happened a year from now, Larry continues on his current trajectory, he wins the match. And I also think he beats a lot of the guys in North America. I just do. I think Larry could be on track for a match with the likes of Mike Aiello in the not too distant future. And it's not going to be what the Juji versus Aiello match looked like. It's actually going to be competitive. Sorry if this has been discussed, but what are your predictions on Berzink versus Devin Larratt? Also, LOL, you beat Mask easy. Well, hard to see. Hard to say. I got Jonathan Breida trying to call me. I'll have to call him back. Yeah, so the prediction between Berzink and Larratt, I was going with Berzink, but then I was talking to somebody in the know, and they said that while this might not be the same Devin that showed up to pull Michael Todd, it is definitely the second best version of Devin that we have ever seen. And that's kind of inside information. So while he might not be the Michael Todd crushing Devin that we saw, he might be almost at that level, which is going to make this an incredibly difficult match for John to come back and win. So I'm flipping my prediction from Berzink to Larratt. I haven't put any money down, and I won't, but I think that I think Devin's got it. But John will come out of there no worse for wear. He'll still be in demand. He's still the older guy. He's still the lighter guy. He's still the guy that took a bunch of time off. So it's not going to hurt John's stock either way. If he wins, what the hell do you do with John? Like, do you put him against a guy like Alex Kurdecha? Or do you stick him with a guy like Ermes Gasparini? That might be a great match. Uncle John Berzink, Larry leveling up fast. Yes. Gets to train nonstop and has the best training partners flown in. Also, yes. Larry might be way better than we understand that he is right now, or we think he is at the moment. Top 5 in North America. Right-handed in no particular order: Michael, Jerry, Devin. Ooh, man, then it gets dicey. I'm going to say I'm going to forget somebody, but I think Marcio, especially if Marcio wins his match with Wayne Withers. And man, number 5 is a tough one. And I will go back and do that other prediction. So the 5th best guy, man, I don't know. I don't know who you could throw in there. It's a crapshoot, man. There's I'll say Corey West, right-handed. And that's if you keep Hutchings out of there, obviously. Left hand, it gets dicey. I mean, you still got Devin Laird in there, who is not competing left-handed actively at a high level. You have myself, Cody. Man, there's any number of guys. So, I think the In the Hook rankings, the ones that Chance does for the super heavyweights, are not that far off. But taking Jerry out of there is ridiculous. Just because he hasn't competed in a couple of years in a tournament. Well, you know what? Do you penalize the guy because he competed in some shitty, or didn't compete in some shitty little tournament at the state championship or whatever that keeps him in the rankings? Or do you understand that Jerry is an elite super heavyweight and you just leave him there because you know the level he's at all times? Oh boy. You mentioned predictions for Gennady versus Hermes. I have not predicted that match yet. I'm going to say I probably won't take Hermes in an elite match again. I would never say that he's going to win. I think he's slightly one-dimensional. He had no answer for Alex. I'd say that Gennady is going to win that match. I wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way, but we'll see what their level's at. It would be exciting for Gennady to come in and kind of do the same thing Alex did. And then we can speculate on future matches. I also think Chance can't deal with people with strong hands. I'm sure he's glad he didn't show up to Armors. Oh, yeah. I forgot Dave Chafee, guys. Oh, my God. I forgot Dave Chafee. Yes, he's in the top 5. Yeah, I don't know. To say that Larry has a strong hand that Chance can't deal with, I'm not sure about that. I'd have to see him in a real match scenario right now to see what Chance can do. Again, watch the Bowen breakdown because he kind of nails it. Does Hermes' loss take away more points from Mask? No, I don't think it does. Mask took that match on short notice, flew all the way over there, was still, let's put it this way, Matt Mask looked better losing that match than Hermes did losing their previous match. Round 3 would be interesting, somewhere neutral territory, but I mean, I would much rather see both those guys pull other people. I don't think it takes away from Mask. And I still don't think that Mask is back to where he was when they pulled the first time. It'd be bad for Michael Todd if Gennady got swept. Okay, fair statement. It's fun to speculate, guys. It's fun to speculate, and I appreciate all you guys jumping on here and getting involved in the chat and the live chat here. I'm trying to be more active on YouTube because I was pretty down in the dumps there for a little while after I got back from the UK, trying to claw my way back, and you're going to see something special coming up hopefully here in March. But yeah, Uncle John Brezink, keep it up, buddy. Right on, guys. If you got anything else, let's chat about it. If not, I'll say last call for questions in the chat right now. And yeah, I dropped the ball there. I forgot about Dave Chafee when they say North America, but you might even be able to throw John in there. Have you ever pinned Devin in practice or any time? Yes. Yes, I have. Okay, let's be very technical about this. I have pulled Devin in 2 real match scenarios. I mean, we both pinned each other in practice before. We used to, yeah, I would get together once in a blue moon, but I pulled Devin in Arnold Classic twice. Once in 2001, once in 2010, I believe. I beat him both times. And they were both on like fouls in a losing position. So he was right at the pin, and there was a foul or a slip or something of that nature. And yeah, that's how it went. So yeah, I have. We haven't really had a match left-handed ever, but I mean it was a long time ago. But Devin was in really good shape at the time when the right-handed match happened, and speed and explosivity are a good weapon against Devin Larratt. I don't think you should. I don't know what you're talking about. Sap the bee. What do you not think I should? I'll wait. I'm intrigued by what you've. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we'll end it here. Sap the bee. Shoot me a message, or I'll wait. If you can type out what you're talking about, then we'll do it up. But it's time to run. We've been on. I was planning on 10 minutes, and we're on for over 16. So thanks, guys. I'll talk to you if something interesting happens. Sorry, I don't compete my sense. I don't think you should feel bad about Kurdecha's loss. He might be better than we all thought. Yeah, but Sap to be, if none of the bullshit would have happened, if I showed up, I felt good, I was 100%, I didn't have all the terrible travel and all that stuff, I would be comfortable with the loss. I'm not comfortable with the loss because it wasn't a good version of me that should have been the best ever version of me. And a ton of guys saying like that wasn't you, that didn't look like you. Well, that's a tough pill to swallow, man. And then getting injured in the very first match. No, I feel like I want a rematch at some point. So thanks, guys, and we'll talk to you again soon.